So is it time to maybe bench Sam Howell? Let's talk about it. So welcome back to another video here on the Washington Football Maniacs YouTube channel. My name is Greg Sykes, and tonight we want to talk about Sam Howell. Now, there's a lot of talk. I look at social media. I like to know what a lot of the Washington fans think about our quarterback, and I'm reading a lot of mixed reviews about Sam Howell, of course. In this day and age, there's instant gratification, right? We want people, and we want services, and we want things given to us right away. And when it comes to our football team, we want our players to be superstars and Pro Bowl players and champions right out of the gate. And quarterback is the biggest position that we want that from. And so what I'm reading is that there seems to be a lot of players, or there seems to be a lot of fans, I should say, that really are starting to sour a little bit on Sam Howell because he holds on to the football too long. And, obviously he's struggled because we have been losing. And they feel like it's time for Jacoby Brissett to come in and be the savior of the team. Now, this is nothing new in Washington land. This even goes back to the days of, Joe Theismann. The backup quarterback was always the most popular guy in Washington. People loved the backup quarterback. The only thing is, back in those days, if the backup quarterback came in, then usually that meant that the Washington Redskins were up by so much that that backup quarterback got some playing time. But as time progressed, you put that backup quarterback in, it meant that the starters is not, that guy's not getting it done. And we've seen this story time and time again throughout the years. And so now we get to the year of Sam Howell, and he's 7 games into the season, and there's people who are already ready for Jacoby Brissett to come in. They want to see how he can do, because their complaint is, Sam Howell holds on to the ball way too much, and I think that he needs to be able to get the ball out much faster, which is true. I definitely believe that Sam Howell needs to work on getting the ball out much faster. Here are some factors to that. We all know the offensive line stinks, all right? So that is one thing that is going against Sam Howell already, is the fact that the offensive line stinks, and he's not going to be able to get the ball out any faster. And do you want him just going back and blindly just, tossing the ball up in there and seeing what happens? We saw the jailbreaks that happened against the Giants on Sunday, and a lot of that was not on Sam Howell, but yet you do look at the stats, and I saw a startling stat today that said that about 40% of the sacks that Sam Howell's taken this year have come on Sam Howell. And of course, that is either him holding on to the football too long, or him trying to scramble and make a play instead of maybe just throwing the football away. And so we all know this. We all know that that is one thing that Sam Howell needs to work on. But yet we've seen a lot of good things from Sam Howell as well. We've seen him be deadly accurate. We've seen him fit the football in some very tight positions, tight spots, right? We've seen him bring his team back from 18 points down. So there's been a lot of good things with Sam Howell. We've seen him be cool and calm under pressure. I think there's a bright future for Sam Howell. I still have a lot of confidence with Sam Howell. And, let's not forget, this is basically his rookie season. This is his first year as a starter for the Washington Commanders. And I really think that it is such a knee-jerk reaction to want to set Sam Howell down, say it's all the quarterback's fault. I mean, have you seen this offensive line? This offensive line is porous. This offensive line has given up so many sacks, has not created enough running lanes. And we can also contribute it to poor play calling on the behalf of Eric Bieniemy as well. You know, Eric Bieniemy does not make adjustments quick enough in games. He doesn't try to protect his quarterback, at least not until later on when it seems like the game's out of reach. And so I believe that to blame Sam Howell for a lot of the losing that has been going on, I think is a little unfair. I think you give Sam Howell this entire season. I think you have to. You have to see what you have in Sam Howell. I mean, why would you set him after 7 games, only 7 games, start a journeyman that you know is not going to be here next year, that is not a starter? Okay, he's not Geno Smith. He is not a starter. He is not going to be your savior of this team. All right? I mean, it's all it is to it. And so I don't understand that reasoning. I mean, and you look back at the preseason that Jacoby Brissett had, he didn't have that great of a preseason. So I just don't get it. You know, I think you ride with Sam Howell. You're going to have to take him warts and all, right? He's a rookie. A lot of people don't remember, you know, some of the people that's complaining were not old enough to witness Tom Brady nor Peyton Manning in their rookie seasons. Neither one of those guys were good in their rookie seasons. So patience is a virtue. And I think you got to be patient with your quarterback. What you don't need to be patient with is the fact that your offensive line has continued to be degraded over the last 4 years. And you've got this offensive line coach who is just terrible. You know, nothing like the guy that we had coaching this team in the last 3 years, who really took what Ron Rivera and company was giving him and was able to get them to play pretty well together. And this guy it's terrible. It is awful. And you can't expect a quarterback like Sam Howell, who was fresh and raw, who's going to make some mistakes anyway, to come in and play error-free football. If holding on to the football is the only problem that Sam Howell has, then I consider that a big win, personally. Let me know in the comments what you think. I know there's going to be people who disagree. There's going to be people who agree, but you know, let's have a good conversation about it, and hopefully we'll come to a conclusion and a solution. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a share, leave me a nice comment, let me know how I did, and with all of that, and don't forget to subscribe. Please, honestly, come on, subscribe to this channel, and when you do, make sure you hit that notification bell so you will never miss another video released. And with that said, I will see you in the next one.